Hello and good morning. January the 6th, 10:35 in the morning, and I'm literally over the road from the other church that I've just done, which was St Catherine's. This one is the third church within a stone's throw. This literally is over the road. You could throw a stone from one and hit the wall of the other. And it's a very different proposition. As you can see by the roof, it's made of felt. It's a felt roof, and as you can see by the size, it's actually very, very small. And this is different because it's a Methodist church. So we've had an Anglican church to start with. We've had a big Catholic church. We've now got this one, a Methodist church. So there's not a lot of information on here, except for the fact that the Methodists follow the Protestant tradition as opposed to the Catholic tradition. I have a few cars here. I'm in the middle of a road, but it is a quiet road, so I'll be okay. And it is a very small building, as you can see. And at one point I think it was struggling, so they were looking to put it up for sale, but I think it now works more as a community space and place. And here it is. That's the limit of the building. Those are private houses. And then you've got this little section here. And then you've got the actual church as well. And the door's open, so I may pop in and just have a nosy round before, but I won't film, of course, unless they allow me to. And there we go, Pitsmoor Methodist Church. So, I think it's the work of John Wesley. And I can't remember the names of the Methodists, I'm very sorry. I'll find out for you, hold on. I'm sure I've got them. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, John Wesley, it is. I was right. George Whitfield and his brother, John Wesley's brother Charles. Not much to see from this degree or this angle. I'm just going to go around a little bit. So it just looks like a normal building. And this is what it is. It was constructed in the 1970s, so it's only 50 years old, or in fact it's 50 years old this year. No, it was last year. We're in 2023, how silly. But it's a 50-year-old building. It's quite small. And there's the Catholic church we were talking about. So it has a small congregation, but it does much more community work. I think the Methodists were called so because they used to have a methodical way in which they applied themselves to faith. And that's why it was called a Methodist church. But I'm going to go in and see if I can have a quick nosy round. Bear with me. If I just come to the doorway here to show you where I'm coming in. It's here. In fact, I'm just going to do a little bit more. Just whilst I can. Small building. I'm going to stop now because I can hear voices. I don't want to disturb anybody. Yeah, I've left the building because it looks like there's some sort of congregation going on, and I don't want to disturb anybody's worship or anybody's business, even if it's a small community thing. It's not something that shows an open invite of any sort, so I thought I'd leave. I don't want to be disrespectful to the church, whichever church that may be, but this is the building, and that's it. That's the Methodist church on, of course, Christchurch Road. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it here. If we go up this way, by the way, if you go up to the end of this street, right to the end of the street, hang a quick left, you'll actually see the first church that we did this morning. In fact, I'm going to walk up. It's not a street that's very busy, so we can do it. But as you can see, if you look at the red brick buildings, these were the ones that were initially built around the area. And these are the ones that... Big houses, actually, if you look. It's quite a big house, that one there. That. These were built around the area, around a period. So you've got these that were built initially. You can tell that by the bay windows. That one's more modern. That one's slightly more modern. These are council houses, which are probably 1930s, 20s, 30s and 50s buildings. The beige coloured buildings are usually sort of 70s and 80s buildings, that sort of thing. And then you're back to this one again, and it's another row of... Get out of the way because the postman's coming. There you go, look, Royal Mail. It's a row of buildings there. That's actually 2 houses. That's just 2 houses. One of them looks a bit derelict. It fronts onto the main road. Big tree in the garden. Closed up. And then what you've got then is the first church that we looked at. So three churches within a very short walk of each other. Might cross over to this one. Following the buses. There's always something going on in Sheffield. Okay, so you've got that church there. That is Christ Church, Pitsmoor. Equally, you've got that church there at the bottom, which is St Catherine's, and then on the corner you've got that little one there, which is the Methodist church. And that's all 3 churches in one go, and literally not quite a stone's throw, but not far. Literally, there might be a couple of 100 meters away from each other. Well, that's the history there, because that one we're looking at there, with the bus is in the way, sorry. That one we're looking at there, that's an Anglican church. And then when you go down at the very bottom there, you've got a Catholic church, which was bigger and more expensive. And then right at the very bottom, you've got that very small little Methodist church tucked in the corner. And 3 places of worship. 2 of them were built within 5 years of each other, and one was built only 50 years ago, so that gives you an idea of the history of it. But it's odd that they're quite close together the way that they are. But there you go. It's an interesting little spot for you to have a nosy at. I'm going to work my way down here again. I think I'll pop down. In fact, no, I'm going to go past the Anglican. I'm almost getting round to the place I started. How's that? Can't believe somebody set fire to that. That was awful. Ridiculous, honestly. Unbelievable. Why would they? Why would you? Crazy town. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm going to sign off for that one. I've kind of finished where I've started. It's a bit of a full circle there in 3 videos. Hope you've liked it. Hope it's been of some interest to you. Been a bit noisy with the traffic. I do apologise for that. It is the way it is. And no doubt I will see you on the next one. Please subscribe, please like, let your friends know, and I'll see you again. Cheers. Bye bye.